For numerous generations, the Maas family has been beautiful. Many people appreciate them for their attractiveness, which earns them a lot of money. Harry, the eldest son, is a well-known online influencer. Because of his good appearance, he has millions of fans. He is also known as a love guru, since he assists guys in impressing their crushes. Pakar, the father, was a heartbreaker who dated over 1,000 females before finding their mother. Meanwhile, the mother is attractive due to her manly features and noticeable mustache. Finally, John is the youngest son and the most gorgeous of all. The family has become accustomed to living as handsome people, except for John, who struggles to live properly due to his attractiveness. He frequently wishes he was only midly handsome. That way, he wouldn't be hounded by a mob of ladies every time he went out. Girls go insane, faint out, yank their hair, and frequently develop nosebleeds when they see his lovely face. As a result, he's never had any true interactions with women. He avoids going out in public as much as he can and has been homeschooled up to this point. Apart from his pet fish, John has no companions with whom he can communicate. He frequently plays cards with it and speaks to it aloud. His family is worriedly watching him through a webcam. They want him to have a normal adolescent life and do everything they can to support him. Harry routinely sends him images of girls in an attempt to match him with someone. John, on the other hand, claims that his ideal female is someone who dislikes him. He wishes to be remembered for his personality. When nothing works to get John to go out, his family takes matters into their own hands. They want to pose as having financial difficulties in order to shame him into attending school. When John wakes up one night to drink water, his parents appear to be concerned about their finances. They vow emphatically that they will only eat scrambled eggs for breakfast until they have saved enough money to pay for John's homeschooling. He feels terrible for causing his parents so much grief. He states the next morning that he will be attending school for the forthcoming semester. The family is pleased until he says he would only attend an all-boys school. Although they would have wanted that he be able to communicate with ladies, they are content to take things one step at a time. John's first day of school is a few days later. Harry sends him off on his bike, but John refuses to remove his helmet. He intends to wear it all day to conceal the fact that he is handsome. However, the scheme backfires when the helmet attracts more attention than he planned. John sits comfortably in the final seat, but is interrupted by the class bully Robert and his followers. When the instructor walks into the classroom, she is also shocked to discover a man wearing a helmet. She begs him to take it off immediately away. John has no choice but to comply, despite his reluctance. He removes his helmet slowly and dramatically, revealing his face. The instructor is being placed into an ambulance in the following scene. She began to nosebleed and hyperventilate as a result of John's attractiveness. The other students protest to the principal that the new pupil is too handsome for them to handle. John attempts to return home by running across the corridor but gets tripped by one of the bullies. They accompany him to the school's storehouse and identify themselves as Power Rangers. The Teague Attack is a gang of 3 bullies led by Robert, the principal's son. Following the over-the-top introduction, they explain that they want John's assistance in asking a lady out to prom. For the previous 3 years, the group has been in their final year of high school. They refuse to graduate unless Robert attends the prom with Amanda, the most gorgeous girl in the BBM school. However, because she only accepts requests from handsome guys, the group expects John to deliver the proposition. Rocky, an innocent bystander, is assigned to assist John and lead the way. Rocky has already been a victim of their pranks and is obligated to do what the bullies demand. Following that, John and Rocky head to the principal's office to file an official complaint about bullying at school. Rocky is aware of the result, yet he continues to accompany John. The principal is concerned about his son's refusal to graduate. The principal wants them to do whatever the bullies demand since John's attractiveness allows him to take Amanda to the prom. That evening, John and Rocky decide to finish the work the next day and relieve themselves of the duty. Rocky is the first individual to show John kindness unrelated to his appearance. Despite the fact that the day did not go as planned, he is pleased to have made a new buddy. They arrive at the BBM school the next morning, where the girls detect the presence of the lads. They strictly prohibit unattractive boys from entering the school grounds. As a result, when they observe John wearing a helmet, the entire school urges him to remove it. John removes his helmet in a dramatic moment, causing chaos among the females. Only a few hours later, the news is broadcast on television. The social internet is awash with videos of ladies screaming, bleeding through their nostrils, being possessed, and bouncing about. John becomes renowned as the too handsome to handle guy. Amanda, the sexiest BBM school student and model, learns the news and is instantly enamored by John. He is the first man who can compete with her in terms of appearance and social standing. She makes it her job to impress him right away. When the story spreads widely, a swarm of females gathers in front of the mass home. The family begins to charge them for a house tour. John, who is hidden in the streets, watches the news and sees his family. He believes he has been deceived and used by his own people. When they summon him, he refuses to return home, and his sadness is compounded when his pet fish is mishandled and killed by the visitors. He is now hiding on the roof of a building from the maniacs hunting him through the streets. A female approaches behind him and asks whether he intends to leap from the roof. John is taken aback since she does not bleed from her nose or pass out when she sees him. The girl refuses to speak and goes away. John is shaking and unable to talk. The experience brightens his day significantly. A short time later, he dials Rocky's number, who picks him up and invites him to his house. He and his grandma invite John to remain as long as he likes. When Rocky enters his room, he notices two rare collectors playing cards and is taken aback by them. They learn they have numerous mutual hobbies, one of which is collecting playing cards. The next day, they go to the all-girls school to hunt for the girl from the day before. While they're at it, they meet with Amanda and deliver to her the data from Robert's proposal. Amanda pretends to be underwhelmed by John's attractiveness, but her nose bleeds severely after he leaves. John spots his infatuation on the steps, but the other females surrounding him prevent him from approaching her. Rocky and John do everything together over the following few days and become great friends. Rocky brings John to futsal one day, where he regularly meets his crush Samantha. Following the match, John spots the girl from the roof working at a local business. He can't take his eyes off her. Rocky then appears and presents to him. John learns that she is also Rocky's crush, whom he mentioned previously. John is envious of the two's seeming closeness. He can't sleep that night since the sensation is fresh and puzzling to him. Then he recalls Harry is a love guru and arranges to meet with him. When they finally meet the next morning, Harry bursts into tears of joy. He had been looking forward to the day when he could give his brother dating advice. John has forgiven his family for selling him out to his admirers since he would never have met Samantha if this had not happened. The brothers then go grocery shopping as Harry makes a list of things John should do to impress his sweetheart. As John follows Harry's advice, he realizes he doesn't know Samantha as well as Rocky does, but he still refuses to abandon his first love. Amanda arrives at the boys' school one day and delivers John a birthday invitation. In addition, she offers him a phone as a gift. Rocky, John, and Samantha go karaoke later that day. Samantha and John eventually get to sing together. While John is delighted to sing alongside her, is solely concerned with Rocky. He quickly realizes she likes Rocky as well. His heart crumples in jealousy at the knowledge. So, when Rocky is not around, he asks her directly if she has a crush on him. Samantha first denies it, but when John lies about Rocky's love for Amanda, her face falls. His assumptions are confirmed by her look. John phones Amanda after arriving home and requests a favor. She gladly agrees to do everything he asks. The next day, numerous people gathered at the site to celebrate her birthday. Amanda greets John and Rocky. Surprisingly, she seemed to be more interested in Rocky than in John. She even takes him away for a private conversation. At the same moment, Samantha comes to the party and notices Amanda kissing Rocky. She rushes outside, heartbroken. Taking advantage of her vulnerability, John expresses his affection for her. Samantha praises him, but admits she never regarded him as more than a friend. Even after conniving against his sole closest buddy, John receives nothing in return. The bullies are angry when they witness Amanda kissing Rocky. They beat Rocky up for it, as John stands nearby, too terrified to intervene. Later, he brings Rocky home and bandages his wounds alongside his grandma. Only after watching him moan in pain does John realize he has made a tremendous mistake. The next day, Rocky offers him a legendary card from his card collection that John had been desiring for a long time. John, who is guilt-ridden, admits to all he has done wrong up to this point. Rocky is stunned and wounded by the treachery. He thinks he would have left Samantha if he had known John also liked her. The words just make John feel worse. Finally, Rocky instructs him to leave the house immediately. John just exits, knowing he is in the wrong. After a month, he comes home. His family is pleased, but John is not among them. He isolates himself in his room and refuses to communicate with anybody. Above all, he misses his closest buddy. They occasionally cross paths, but never exchange more than a glance. John's mother is concerned about his well-being at home. She approaches him one night and offers him his never-died pet fish. She also informs him that he may return to homeschooling if that is what he desires. The family solely cares about his happiness and is willing to go to any length to ensure it. John is moved by her remarks and recognizes that he has people in his life who want him to succeed. This inspires him to set things right with Rocky. He rushes to Samantha the next morning and tells her everything. Following that, He approaches Rocky and attempts to apologize. Rocky initially rejects him, but when asked about Samantha, he begins to tell how much he adores her. John demonstrates to him that Samantha had been listening to him on the phone the entire time. In this way, he mends their friendship and returns to being both of their friends. They all go to prom together a few days later. Samantha is Rocky's date, while Amanda is John's date. John and Amanda are crowned prom king and queen as predicted. John hears a female say that he is only midly handsome and is immediately pulled to her, signifying the beginning of a new relationship. Subscribe for more video like this, turn on notification and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.